months into an around the world trip, and this is everything in my backpack. So I'm going to talk to you about clothes that are in my bag, about the electronics that I have and some of the toiletries, as well as some accessories that I carry for myself personally. And I'll also go over what are the things that I share that we're carrying together. I'm on this trip with my boyfriends. There's two of us. There are some items that we can share back and forth. That's Sean. So I've packed everything in a 30-liter backpack and a small fanny pack. I find it's very important to carry on all my luggage in a small bag because I'm a small person. I don't like big backpacks. They take up too much space, and the heavier the items and the heavier my bag, the less nimble and the less I can move around into weird public transit places. And I really want to share with you some of the most important lessons I've learned 6 months into this trip, because I've bought some items that I never expected I would have, and I've shipped a few things home that I thought I would use. We spent the beginning of our trip in Europe. I hiked the Camino. I have a different packing list video for that if you're interested. And this stuff that I have in front of me is what is currently in my bag for our Asia section of our trip. It's about 6 months long. We're in Southeast Asia. We've been island hopping around Indonesia for the past couple weeks, and we're going to continue to do so. It's important to make sure there's space in your bag for some of your hobbies and your passions. I'm a swing dancer, so I have space in my bag for some of my dance shoes and some vintage style outfits. And it's really important to make sure that you have that space to still feel like you on your trip, rather than just be a little dirtbag backpacker all the time. So let me show you my backpack. This is a Topo 30-liter backpack. It holds everything that I need. I like that the zippers are really sturdy, so when I'm cramming everything in, I don't feel like they're in risk of breaking. One of my favorite features in this bag is that it has a little anti-theft loop here, so when you zip the zipper, you can't easily pull it open. It's just a nice touch because I'm not staying in hostels, so I do not have a lock with me, and I'm not worried about my bag if I'm on a bus. One thing that this backpack does lack is waist straps. The included waist straps are really small and they keep the bag against your body, but it doesn't do anything for comfort level. So me carrying this backpack with about 10 kilograms of weight, it feels really, really heavy. However, I chose this because I'm really small. I'm 5'1", and I don't have a long torso at all, and I needed a bag that I actually could physically wear versus feel like I was drowning in a turtle shell. So I do like this bag. I'm very happy with it. I just wish it had some better waist straps. Clothing. So in my bag, I have 2 swimsuits. I have a 2-piece swimsuit that I carry in the plastic bag that came with the swimsuit, as well as a 1-piece swimsuit. I bought this 1-piece swimsuit here in Bali because I needed an action swimsuit for snorkeling, for surfing, and essentially 1-piece swimsuit is not going to fall off my body when I'm jumping into the ocean. So I highly recommend having 2 different swimsuits, but if you're going to only carry 1 suit, I personally really enjoy the 1-piece, and I never thought I would say that. All the bottoms in my bag. I have 1 pair of leggings because I'm a dancer. I like to work out and sometimes do yoga. I have 1 pair of shorts. I have a 2nd pair of shorts that are Patagonia. These are running shorts. I use these to work out, or when I was on the boat in Komodo and I needed some action shorts. 1 skirt, 1 pair of jeans. These are aviator jeans. They're made for traveling, which means they have really big pockets. So they fit my cell phone, as well as a zippered pocket on the back in case you needed to keep anything safe in your back pocket. I also have the shorts I'm wearing. I bought these in Langkawi, Malaysia. I wanted something that I could just lounge around in. Lounging pants are very important, but no, you will buy those in Asia. They are everywhere and they're really cute. Let's talk about tops. I mostly wear merino wool tops because they don't smell as badly and they breathe really nicely and they dry really quickly. They don't wrinkle. This one is from Unbound Merino Wool. I also have 3 more from Icebreaker. I have 2 more t-shirts as well as a tank top. I have a linen t-shirt that's long sleeved. I use this for a sun cover up and when I'm on a motorbike and I want to make sure that I'm protecting my skin a little bit more from the sun or if we fall. And I really like this one. It's from the Gap. It's long enough that I could wear it as a beach cover up as well. I bought 2 shirts during our trip because I got really sick of the clothes in my wardrobe. I bought a flamingo shirt that has buttons and it can be useful for dancing or just day trip stuff, but it's important to have clothes that you like in your backpack, that you feel good in, that you want to wear. You don't want to just look like you rolled out of bed in your pajamas all the time, because I put this shirt on and it makes me feel really energized. I'm like, I'm ready to go. A crop top that I bought in Vietnam. It's cotton and stretchy, and I like that when it's really hot outside, there's less fabric on my body. I have one dress with me because I can use this dress as a cover up at the beach, but I also picked this one because it's a wrap dress and I can use it for swing dancing nights because it looks really cute. I also used this for a talk I did at the American consulate in Vietnam. I have a little men's Uniqlo Airism tank top for sleeping. One buff. I love this thing. Versatile headband. Wipe the sweat away. Have a buff with you. I have 2 sweaters. One is a little yellow cardigan that I wear on every single plane I've ever been on and in the really cold air-conditioned malls in Singapore. Not as important right here in Bali necessarily, but I'm a cold person. Have a cardigan. Rain jacket. It's important to have something to cover up for rain since we're here in monsoon season. This one is from Patagonia. It was worth its weight in gold when we hiked in Ireland and were poured rain on. A sarong. Everyone says to bring a sarong. Yeah, it's true. You need a sarong. It's great for everything. Underwear. You need enough, but not too much. I wash my underwear pretty often, so I only have 3 pairs of ex officio underwear, which is great because they are antimicrobial, as well as I have 3 pairs of just some small thong underwear that I already had at home before this trip. It's nice to have something that's also cotton. I have 2 sports bras, one in my hands, one that I'm wearing. I have one in black and one in a nude shade. 3 pairs of socks. This is probably overdoing it. In Europe, it was not overdoing it. In Asia, a little bit. I have 2 little short socks as well as one that's more of a hiking sock, which I will use, especially when we do overnight volcano hikes. Dance shorts, because I don't want to flash anyone when I'm dancing in a skirt or a dress. My urban sombrero. The best $2 I've ever spent in Malaysia was this hat. Get a nice hat, something that you don't care about as much, so you can crush it up and shove it in a seat pocket on the airplane. But it needs to be a big, nice brim, so when you're in the ocean and you're just sitting there bobbing along, you're well covered and not sunburned. Shoes. This is a tough one because as a dancer, I need my dance shoes. So I have 1 pair fancy shoes with me. They're heels, they're metallic. I also keep them together with a rubber band. If I wasn't on this trip to do some swing dancing, I would definitely not have these with me because they're a little heavy, a lot bulky, but they bring me a lot of happiness. So make sure you have your hobbies with you. 1 pair of sandals with me. These are Zero shoes. I love the barefoot footwear because they're very comfortable for my feet. I chose to have something that has a strap on the back so I can do some hiking in these. A lot of people just use flip-flops. Yes, it's faster to put on flip-flops, but I find these are more versatile for what I like to do with my footwear. I have a pair of Vivo Barefoot running shoes. These are great for me. I can use these for dancing and for practicing. I use them for hiking. I use these for anything around the town. I personally love a sneaker. I think it's worth having a sneaker. I keep all my shoes in little bags, shoe bags. Very important so your stuff in your backpack doesn't get filthy from your filthy shoes. I have a pair of Toms. I've debated getting rid of these, but they're very lightweight and don't take up that much room. I had them at home. I shoved them in my backpack before we left New York, and they come in handy surprisingly. I don't like these as much as my Vivo Barefoot shoes for my feet personally, but they're really comfortable for just going out to dinner really fast. So I have 4 pairs of shoes. This trip can easily be done with 2 pairs of shoes, 1 sandal, 1 sneaker. That's what I would recommend if you weren't a picky person like I am. Electronics. So I have my MacBook, which is 13 inches, and a protective sleeve. I like the protective sleeve, just give me an extra layer of security, as well as I can throw my laptop into my little day bag and take it to a cafe. Laptop power brick and Velcro to keep this power brick from flying all over the place. Voila! I have my dual USB plug as well as my cable to charge my phone. I have the cable to update my phone with my computer, an adapter for SD cards, micro SD, and USB. Because there are 2 of us, the rest of these electronics live in my boyfriend's backpack. They are small, don't take up that much space, so you could easily put these in your own backpack as well. We have 1 universal adapter that includes 2 USB ports inside. In this adapter, we plug in a power strip. It's an American power strip. It has 3 plugs. It's tiny enough that we can throw it into our backpacks, and it's pretty lightweight. That way there's 2 of us and we have a lot of electronics, but we only have 1 power strip with 3 plugs and 1 adapter, so it saves us some space. 1 external hard drive. I only recommend this if you're a creator or a photographer, someone who is heavily using an SD card and needs to dump things off for backup. Honestly, if this trip was something I wasn't trying to stay as connected and make videos, I would not have the SD card, I would not have a nice camera, and I probably wouldn't bring my laptop either. I'd probably just do a little Bluetooth keyboard with my phone. I have a case for our SD cards and for the filters for the camera. I'm filming right now on the DJI Osmo, and it looks great outside with all the different filters on the lens. This is the DJI Osmo case. Sean often carries this in his pocket because it's nice and small. I sometimes put this in my fanny pack. It's a great little camera for a point and shoot, always handy to have. We choose to use this instead of a bigger camera because we would like to be a little more present in the moment and a little less obvious that we're constantly making videos, so we purposely chose a smaller camera. Let's go through some of the toiletries I brought as well as the makeup. This is my main toiletry bag. I know a lot of people like things that they can hang up and unroll and it's really easy, but I don't mind just having 1 pocket with all my stuff in there. So I don't actually have that many things. Tooth powder, Quip electronic toothbrush, 1 razor that I need to replace, zinc face sunscreen from Badger. This is deodorant that I put into a small container, comb, hairbrush, tweezers, nail clippers. Tiny container with my moisturizer. It's from Ethnique, so it's a solid bar moisturizer. You just scoop it out, put on your face. Tiny container with my face soap, which is also from Ethnique. I like bar soaps instead of liquids because there's no risk of leakage, as well as they last a lot longer. I have 1 bar of soap in a really ugly plastic bag. This is a Dr. Bronner's bar, so I can use it on my body if I need to, but also I've been doing laundry with this. Very valuable to have a tiny bar of soap. Laundry, clean clothes, you don't smell. I have a tiny bag of Q-tips just because I like Q-tips. I wear hearing aids. I hate my ears being full of water. All these are my daily use items. They fit in this bag with plenty of space. I have a couple special use items and I put them in this plastic clear bag in case I'm going through security at an airport where I have to take out my liquids. I repack everything so the liquids are in this bag. In this bag, I typically have my menstrual cup so that I'm always prepared. I have a couple backup pads and tampons just in case. Bug spray. Bug spray. Don't get eaten alive by mosquitoes. All Good zinc sunscreen, my favorite sunscreen for my face, especially for surfing and hiking. Giant sunscreen that we bought here. Always have sunscreen with you in a tropical, sunny place. Lavender essential oil. My friend introduced this to me and I use it on bug bites. I sometimes sprinkle it on my pillows, helps with headache. I'm super surprised how many different uses this has, and I will always carry lavender oil from now until I die. I love chapsticks and lip balm, so I have 3 of them, 1 with zinc, one that's like nighttime soothing and one in a fun flavor. These are from Hurrah, my favorite brand of chapstick. They're just so tasty on your lips. All my makeup fits in this little bag. This is from Stowaway, which make great travel-sized makeup. I have a number of Stowaway makeup items in here. I have 2 lipsticks, I have 1 mascara, 2 eyeshadow, and a little bit of cover-up. My favorite red lipstick from Besame, this is Victory Red. I have eyebrow gel and an eyebrow pencil. 1 tiny little eyelash curler. It's just the top of an eyelash brush. If I wasn't swing dancing on this trip, I probably wouldn't bring my makeup at all. I'm honestly barely wearing it when we're on islands or when we're out and about, especially I'm swimming so much. But it is nice to have something to dress up when I'm in a city or I'm going out, or especially if I'm going dancing and I'm wearing my dress, want to throw on my red lipstick. And it does make me feel a little bit more normal instead of just living out of a backpack. However, probably get away with less objects in your makeup bag. Jewelry in this tiny little container. I have a couple pairs of earrings. I have 2 pins for Balboa dancing. I have 5 pairs of earrings. Some of these are my favorites and some of these I picked up as souvenirs on this trip. I put them in this little bag so they don't rattle around. Tiny little jewelry bag into the container so nothing gets smashed. Let's talk about some first aid stuff. This is my tiny little first aid kit. It does get a little bigger because I have a medicine bottle of malaria pills that I'm sharing with my boyfriend. He has that right now. Itch stick for mosquito bites. Little container of Advil, which I've refilled a few times. Some lotion balm. Little mini sewing kit. Always have something like this. You never know when you need to resew a seam on your clothes or your swimsuit. There's some allergy medicine in here, some Benadryl. Antibiotics. You will inevitably get sick. Get some before you go with the travel doctor. Imodium. Because you're gonna get sick. A couple Band-Aids. A little roll of Tums. A tiny towelette to clean wounds. I had 2 of these. We already used one when Sean kicked a reef, so good to have. To go with this object, the antiseptic wipe, it's good to have a little container of Neosporin, which Sean is carrying. So that way, if you do get a cut, you can make sure it doesn't get infected. Infected cut would ruin your trip. Travel soap. These are flakes. I keep them in my purse or my fanny pack because you never know when a place won't have soap, clean hands, you won't get sick as often. Fanny packs. I like to travel with my Ministry of Culture fanny pack. It's a click on my body, and therefore in this fanny pack, whenever I'm on a plane or a bus or walking to the next Airbnb or Agoda or Booking.com listing, then I will always have in my fanny pack my soap. I have my spoon, fork, knife, stainless steel straw, my cell phone, the iPhone 10, wallet, tiny little wallet. I just have cards in here as well as my cash, passport, extra visa photos, international driver's license, as well as my vaccination forms. Keep your important documents all together in a Ziploc bag. These actually live in my backpack. Often when I'm in the airport, only when I'm flying do I keep these in the fanny pack. A couple miscellaneous things that I have. Sunglasses, 2 pairs of headphones. One is a plug-in and one is Bluetooth because I personally find Bluetooth annoying. And on planes, there's only plug options, so I really like to have my nice headphones that I love, as well as the Bluetooth ones, which are really handy for cord-free. Other accessories that you will want to have with you is a reusable shopping bag or a tote bag. This packs up tiny, doesn't weigh anything. Really useful to have a little extra bag for grocery shopping or if I'm going to the beach. I have packable backpack. I use this almost every day. This is the Matador brand. It's 16 liters. Sean has a Tortuga backpacks brand that is a lot more comfortable to wear. So it's really about just get a nice packable backpack. I picked up this little purse when I was in Kuala Lumpur because I realized that the fanny pack is nice, but it's a little hot to always wear something on my stomach when I'm walking around very tropical places. So I really enjoy this tiny little purse. It's very neutral. It's just canvas, so it just packs up to nothing, smashes in the bottom of my backpack. In my purse, I keep clipped a little flashlight, especially the streets of Bali are a little bit dark when you're going to your villa, so it's nice to have a little flashlight handy, so I'm not always draining my phone battery or even pulling my phone out for that. A couple optional accessories that I have are my resistance bands. Since I'm a dancer and I really like fitness, I carry a few resistance bands for keeping myself in shape. I wear hearing aids and I have 2 pairs with me. I have my nice set that I wear every day that I'm wearing right now. And I have those, this is the container that came with them. So I have the container. Inside this container, I also have some earplugs that are for if I'm at a dance venue and it's too loud, I can wear my earplugs. I have a little mini dryer. This is a dehumidifier for your hearing aids in the tropics, keeps them working longer. A little heavy, worth its weight in gold. I have a backup pair of hearing aids. These are not as nice, they're a different model, but it's important to have something since I can't hear very well without my hearing aids. So because I know I have a disability, I need to make sure that I am covered in case I lose or break these ones. So if you have something like glasses, maybe bring a backup set of glasses if you know that you have bad eyesight, but you definitely need to take care of your body so that you know how to navigate the world. This little bag contains all my spare batteries and hearing aid accessories. I can buy batteries abroad. However, I chose to bring quite a few. So far, I haven't even made it halfway through the amount I brought for this trip. I have a little case that has some of my extra credit cards in here and a backup credit cards as well as a little extra cash because you never know when you need US dollars. So I have $100 as just in case money, which we have needed to use to get visas sometimes. So make sure you have a little bit of cash on you, but hide it in your bag. Put it separate from your wallet. Put a couple different IDs with you in a different place than your regular wallet, as well as different credit cards. So just in case you do get your bag stolen or your purse stolen, you're not strapped and lost in a country you don't know how to speak the language. I have 2 travel notebooks, one for just taking random notes about the dancing I'm doing. The other one is my journal where I write every day about where we've been, and that way I can always look back and say, what were we doing on that day? Oh, wow. As well as a handful of pens. Eye mask. Slippers that are hand knitted by my brother-in-law's grandma. 2 water bottles. Can never have too much water, but these are tiny. One is from Vapor and it rolls when it's not in use. Love this. The second bottle is from Katahdin. It's a filter, so I could just fill up from any tap and drink the water safely. It's used for people who are backpacking in the wilderness as well as travelers such as me. This one is just like my Vapor bottle. It's soft and squishy, so when I'm not using it, it can just easily fit in my backpack. Hanabi card game, our favorite way to make friends. A little Ziploc bag with some tea bags, which is running low, yay! Extra Ziploc bags for wet clothing, miscellaneous. Packing cubes. Everyone says packing cubes. Yep, they're great. Get packing cubes. I like these because they're white, so you can kind of see through them. There's 3 sizes from Eagle Creek. It's a mesh laundry bag, so I can keep my dirty clothes in this bag within my packing cube. So then when I'm going to do laundry, I just pull this out, and it's really easy to see what I have. The secret to not stinky clothes is a little bag of lavender. This stays in the packing cube with my clothing. And when I was in Spain hiking the Camino, my big backpack was sitting in storage for about 45 days. When I pulled all my clothes out of my backpack, at the end of that time, everything smelled so good, like lavender. It works. This is my whole life. For 6 months, I'm gonna pack it and you can see how it all fits. It's a bit of a cram, but we can do it. in my 30-liter backpack. It's a little bulky, it's a little big, about 10 kilograms of weight. And I have my fanny pack, which has a couple extra accessories, but anything I use handy on travel days stays in my fanny pack. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I'm happy to answer. We've got some more time left of our trip, and I'll probably swap out a few more things as we continue to travel and visit new locations and destinations. Happy travels!
No.